I would say that if you're going to summon him, it would be right.
Queen's dead. Queen's dead?
Butthole, butthole, butthole.
Oh, I got it. Queen's dead.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Face Podcast. My name is Jeff Ramsey. With me, as always, Andrew Panton and Gavin Free. This is, correct me if I'm wrong, episode 186.
You're right. No
Is that
correction needed. I don't know.
Okay.
I shouldn't have said that. I think you're right.
Eric, is it right?
You shouldn't have said that. It is 186, but
Hell
you
yeah.
know, yeah, you
Good
shouldn't
job,
have said
Jeff. You nailed it.
Thanks. Okay, so do we just want to fucking get into it?
So you guys paid your wax debt this morning. An experience that Gavin said he thought would be refreshing, I believe, relaxing, an enjoyable thing.
Oh, yeah, I think I said it would feel nice.
Yeah. I waxed my pubes a few episodes ago, and it broke me. I went into literal shock. We filmed a Let's Play after that I am not myself in, and then I had to lay down for several hours. I was a broken man. How are you two doing? I bet you're doing great.
Well, I was saying, Gav, I don't know about you, but before you came in, I was telling them I am oddly exhausted. Like I could go back to bed.
I think my heart says it all.
Yeah, I mean, Andrew, when it finished, when Jeff was done, he had the shakes.
Oh no!
It was crazy.
Oh my God.
It was crazy.
Yeah, I can relate. Like I physically, I wasn't there. I didn't do what you guys did. I did a different side. But all of this tracks. I could have predicted all of this.
I've got new nightmare material. Burned into my eyes is a POV shot. There's a head coming from every angle looking down at me. Everyone's laughing, and then occasionally people will wince and cover their mouths with shock. I don't think I've ever seen.
Oh my God! Eric just posted a photo of Gavin is in the poster wall that was made by Gracie and looks great. Jeff is dying of laughter.
There was a moment where I looked up and Gracie looked like she was watching a 19-car pileup.
You look like you're getting locked into a box. It honestly kind of reminds me of, that scene in Watchmen when he turns into Dr. Manhattan and he's locked in the thing and he can't get out of it.
And his friends are just looking at him like, there's nothing we can do.
That's the look you have in your little face wall.
Just acceptance.
Yes.
But I'll come back stronger in the canteen.
Yes.
I will.
You will.
I will say, we should probably set the story and tell the whole deal. But I will say, I've never seen, only once have I seen Gavin so close to backing out of something. And that was when he backed out of getting the tattoo at my wedding.
Which is less than a month ago.
He went from, this is a good idea, to just audibly chastising himself in a corner going, I hate myself. Why do I listen to myself? Why do I talk? Why do I open up my mouth? I'm not going to speak for the next 2 months on the podcast. You're so stupid. And he wasn't saying that to us.
100% true.
He was going through something in the corner there for a few minutes.
Well, I feel like I'd postponed all of the emotion that I felt toward. I just, you say something on a podcast, assume it'll be done at some point. And I didn't really think about doing it until I was stood in the room. And suddenly I had all the 5 stages of mourning, apparently.
Oh my God. That's exactly what I was going to ask both of you. Is for me, the dread started the night before. I was curious when the dread began for you.
In the room.
Yeah.
In the room. Okay.
In the room. Yeah.
I have the smoothest cornhole.
So here's the thing. When I had contacted other estheticians, I'm not sure the term, but other places to wax, I was met with no's, and then our friend Vanessa from Clutch My Pearls podcast said, I have the exact person that you guys need. And she hooked me up with someone named Elise, who was so helpful and so nice and so professional through this whole thing, but also just the right person for the job the way she came in and just started ramming wax in these guys.
Yes.
Yeah. I guess at one point, the first time all of my anus hair was pulled out, I like lurched my legs, and she was like, "Don't do that."
We found somebody who would do it, but she's like a roving waxer, right? So Emily was kind enough to let us use the salon vein, her salon. They have a back room that's like between rentals right now. And so it was empty. They let us do it there. There was a table there, like a waxing, I don't know, looked like a tattoo table, honestly. And so we went into that room. We all piled in. It was me, Eric, Gavin, Nick, Gracie, and Elise. And then all the girls from the salon standing just outside listening. We get into this room, and Gavin immediately starts trying to back out. And then like the first thing he says is, Jeff's going first. And I was like, and Eric goes, "Oh, he is? Okay, cool." And then somehow that became law that I was going first. I wasn't super on board with that.
Thanks for that, brother.
Yeah, no problem. But so suddenly, this went from theory to take your pants off so fast. It felt like once we were in the room. And I figured there'd be some setup or whatever. Eric laid a table, like a towel down on the table, and Elise was like, "All right, everybody leave, take your pants off, get in the position." And suddenly we were just going.
Jeff, hang on. She's like, "All right, we're all going to step out. You can take everything off." And Jeff went, "Well, I mean, like, what do you, like pants and like underwear too?" It's like, what are you talking? Yeah, nothing, man. Hog wild. Let's go.
Was that the nerves, Jeff? Was that the nervousness?
Well, I didn't know if she'd be like, "No, you leave your underwear on, and then when I have you in the position, I'll pull it up." Or, you know what? I don't know. I don't know how that shit works. I've never done this before.
Okay.
Yeah, Jeff's had situations recently where he takes all his kit off and it's too much.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a good point too. I was too comfortable in Mexico, and I almost shut a spa down. So, I just want to make sure.
No, I appreciate it. You're asking questions about kit now.
Nick said his favorite quote of all time happened today. What was that?
That was
lava in the cornhole.
Yeah, there's lava on my cornhole.
Oh my god, that's what we're gonna call the video. So I get into position. By the way, it's real weird to have a shirt, like to be. It's real weird to be Winnie the Pooh in a room with 5 other people, especially people that you know intimately well.
Well, and that you work with, and you're all attached to the same HR system.
Yeah, like to lay down with just like a towel over my dick and open asshole and look back and see Nick and Gracie smiling at me. It's surreal to say the least.
She put Jeff on the table and was like, there's not much hair here. It's not going to be much of a rip.
You're not very hairy. And I went, "Oh, okay, well, no big deal then." She was like, did you shave before you got here or anything?" And I didn't. I was like, no, I did not. And she was like, "Okay, well, this won't be too bad then." It was too bad. She then just starts rubbing shit on my asshole. I'm pretty sure, like I said it in the moment, I was in the Army for 5 years. I had to go through routine prostate exams. Nothing as intimate as what I just went through with,
Oh my God.
with the waxing. She was like, "Oh, I'm just putting oil on it right now." And she was just like, she was at least knuckle deep inside of me, putting oil around the outside. And then I'm just sitting there looking at all my friends and coworkers while they're looking at me while I have a head through a giant black board, and there's 7 cameras trained on me. And then she goes, "Okay, this is going to be a little warm." And then she just starts like pouring boiling liquid into my butt. I don't know how else to describe it. It was slathering, Nick says in the text.
Oh my God.
It was so hot. It wasn't like it didn't feel like it was causing damage, but it was, I wasn't like getting burned, like 1st-degree burns or 3rd-degree burns or anything, but it was like 3 degrees under that.
It was crazy watching her go in with a stick with just a gigantic globule of wax. It disappears under the cloth and comes back without it. It was just weird to watch it all go up you.
It sounds like they melted like a giant candle in your asshole, essentially.
Yeah.
Like your ass went to the wax factory.
Kind of, yeah, exactly. It's like the Yankee Candle Workshop, and so then she was like, okay, we're going to get going. And then she ripped my soul out of my body through my asshole. And I was like, I saw stars. I was sweating profusely. It was terrifying. It was uncomfortable. And then she was like, all right, 5 or 6 more.
I just posted the photo of Jeff's face.
What was funny is that the face head hole was a lot bigger than the head. So watching Jeff's head like rattle around and bash into the sides of the hole like a little pinball.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it sounds like it was fun.
And then she's like, all right, your asshole's done. After what? It was probably like 2 minutes, but it felt like a year, easy. And she was like, sorry, there's just a little bit of blood. And I was like, what? She was like, it's normal. It happens on occasion. I didn't see the blood, but apparently there was a little bit of blood. She took care of that. And then probably from ripping all the hair out of my asshole, I would assume. And then she was like, do you want to do the testicles too? And I don't know what came over me, but I was in the position.
No.
And I just said, yeah. I maybe because it was over so fast. I don't know.
No, Jeff.
Like, I said, yeah, let's do it. And that was a huge mistake. If I could go back in time 2 hours and not do that, I would like to do that. She then, it took 3 times as long on my balls as my butthole. Way more hair on my balls. And way more painful. Way more painful, the balls. So yeah, she did my full scrotum and my asshole. And yeah, she was like, Nick saying, she was like 5 or 6 more times to go after the first one. I couldn't believe it. It was like, I don't even know how to.
I don't know why in my head it was just going to be 1 rip. I didn't expect the multiples.
Wait, you had 5 or 6 rips on your balls?
Yeah, at least. And then like mini cleanup rips, where they're like just a little here and here and here and here and here. And then
I'm just imagining your balls looking like Larry David's head, like if you tapped out 3 in.
Jeff, when he was getting his butthole done, was very like, I felt focused, and he was like, all right, we're doing this thing. Like he was in it. When he got his balls done, it was, like that World War I soldier that has like the 1,000-yard stare from being shell-shocked? That was Jeff. His eyes were staring daggers into something, but were also completely unfocused. It was like truly shocking to watch Jeff go through this. I felt so bad for the man who was his own undoing. It was really something. It was crazy.
Then I went on, and she took one look at my asshole, and she just looked at me and said, "Oh, this is going to be a rip."
Oh no!
And I said, "Does he have a lot more hair than I do?" And she said, "Like intensely so."
Oh my god!
The first she started waxing me up, sort of towards one side of the hole. Just lathering it on there. And then she went to do she gripped it. She went for a grip and rip. And she gave it a right yank. And I just held it. It flew out of her hands.
No!
And she just got a little tug on the first half of it. Didn't all come off. And then she really had to give it a good hard go the second time. And then I didn't see it. I didn't see the aftermath. But I watched everyone else look at the wax strip. And there was shock.
His first wax strip, his very first wax strip, had more hair on it than all of my ball and butt wax strips put together.
Oh my god!
It looked like a pelt. It looked like it looked like somebody cut a bit of bear off.
Your ass hair was hanging on like Spider-Man 2, when he's like in front of the subway train. That's what I'm imagining. Like it did not want to let go. It was gripping on.
My mask was all ripped.
Gavin would not keep his feet up. Oh, yeah. Gavin would not. You have to, Andrew, the pose that you're in this thing, we got all this behind the scenes video. I'm sure it'll come out eventually and everything, but you won't be able to see the position, like fully like the position you have to be in. You are on your back with you have to like raise your knees and your feet like as high and up as like they will go. And Gavin just kept like clenching his whole body so his feet go back down, so his ass is grabbing all the wax and strips. It was so fucked. It was so fucked.
I think on one of the times I clenched so hard it just ripped the wax strip out of her hands. My body just tried to keep it.
Oh my God. Wow.
So then they, after Geoff got his balls done and everything, and he was in butterfly pose for that, where he couldn't quite figure it out, but eventually
I didn't know what butterfly pose was. I just kept trying to figure out how to make a butterfly with my legs. Eventually, I got there.
She was like, put your heels together," and he just kept repeating the heels together. Yeah, put your heels together. Just heels together.
Dude, I was going through some shit. You know, I wasn't thinking straight.
But then, with all the waxing and everything, we filmed the face through the face hole and all that stuff. Aftercare was explained to you guys, and she said in 2 weeks your hair will start growing back, and it'll be itchy. But we're only like 2 hours removed from your removal. How does it feel like right now? Like, how does it all feel right now?
Totally fine.
It feels almost like hydrophobic. Like, I feel like if I didn't know I'd been waxed and I went for a regular wipe, my hand would go to the moon.
What do you mean?
Just so slick.
Oh, okay.
It would just go woof, just shoot out of it.
I already took a shit. And it, I gotta say, it was so, like, some of the ladies at the salon were like, "You're gonna love taking dumps now." It was so smooth. It was such an easy shit. It really was.
Are you not worried about getting poo in your follicle holes, though?
I have to shit, dude. What do you want me to do? I'm not gonna hold it for 24 hours because she doesn't want me to use warm water. Also, I'm not smearing it around on my ass. It's going in the toilet.
It says more about Gavin, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, you know, wipe can be...
Can be what? Hang on, wait. A wipe can be what?
Well, you know, it's not always a tidy time.
It can be a messy experience.
Yeah.
Well, that might have more to do with the mountain of hair you have back there.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm so excited for Gavin's experience because he, by the sounds of it, had a gopher removed from his anus. And I imagine it's going to be a dramatically different experience.
I mean, some of that wax went pretty deep. Like, I got a lower colon wax, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. That woman has been inside of both of us.
It was weird. As soon as the wax went on, and I could feel her sort of delving around, sort of pressing it all on. It felt like being 1 year old. Like it's like my life flashed before. It just rewound all the way back to the last time that I'd been on a table with my legs in the air. It like unlocked some memories. I think some like feel memories.
That was my concern when this process started. Was I don't believe that anal specific waxing is necessarily a thing. I think they probably do sides of cheek, but on the butthole, I don't think that that's a common. I could be wrong.
No, she like covered the entire opening.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I know she did. I'm saying my concern was I didn't think or know if that would be common practice. I'd assume it wouldn't be specific anal coverage. And I was worried about lack of coverage, them being delicate. Circling back to Winnie the Pooh, it sounds like in my head, she has like a Winnie the Pooh hand of honey, but it's wax is like the amount that she's
it's like
using.
hot poo hand.
And just shoving it in there, covering every crevice.
The most interesting feeling was when there was just little gobs of wax all around the area, and she would just like tap it on and off to get it all off. It just felt like someone pecking my ass. But I think all in all, it actually didn't feel bad. Well, I can't speak for Geoff because he got the scrot done.
Wait,
I think,
what?
I think it was actually, it was fine.
The asshole part, like that. You were fine with the. It wasn't painful to you.
It was painful when she lost grip and it sort of just pulled everything. But when she just went for a straight, clean rip, I think it was shocking, but it wasn't overly painful. What were your thoughts, Geoff, on the anus?
Well, Nick says the video is going to show differently. I kind of agree. You sure made it sound like you were in pain. I will say it hurt. It sucked, and I didn't like it. But the butthole was not nearly as bad as the balls. The first ball rip, and I think like maybe the fourth, I looked up because I half expected to see my ball sailing through the air, just ripped right out of my scrotum. And it was so intense. I would love to be able to see back. I bet when she ripped it, it pulled my balls out at least 12 inches. I bet I had a foot of balls before they snapped back.
That's why I didn't do it, because I got one of my nuts is sort of tethered.
Oh yeah, you get your tethered ball. Yeah, it was. I'm on a scale of 1 to 10. The balls were a 10. I think.
Wow.
Asshole was maybe like a 7.
It sounds like Gavin has anal-colored glasses on about the experience, and maybe the video will bring you back to the time.
Bring him back.
It was very shocking, and it didn't. It was more painful than not doing it. But I think
For sure.
I think it wasn't. Looking back on it, it wasn't too bad. It was just very funny and shocking.
So my second question was, we talked a little bit yesterday about this, Gavin, and brought up the possibility of you backing out of doing it. When Geoff said yes to getting his balls waxed, did that close the door for you on being able to back out? Like the fact that he did the extra thing, did that completely lock you in? Or by that point, were you fully locked in and committed?
I don't think I was. I mean, I did check some of the windows to see if they would open, but it was once I discovered that there were no hinges in there on the windows, I was all in.
You're all in, okay.
Yeah.
Because Geoff, you taking it to another level, I feel like really traps him. Like it's one thing to not do it, but to not do it when you're doing what you're going through at that point would be such a move.
We offered it up to the room if anyone else wanted to go. We offered it to Eric and Nick. And...
Yeah, we all said no. We all said no so fast. 100%. Yeah, no, absolutely
Didn't even
not.
think about it.
I'm sure she had wax for it. I'm sure she would have loved it. By the sense of it.
Eric, Nick, Gracie, how are y'all's feelings about the whole ordeal? You were the witness. You bore witness to the atrocity.
It went pretty much how I expected it to. Gavin brought a slow-mo camera, so we have slow motion of
Oh my God.
Yeah, of Geoff screaming. But
Sometimes.
I'm very happy with the boar. I said it in the behind-the-scenes video. I was 100% wrong when I was like not on board for like, cut a hole in the head thing to like put it through, like roaring like the lion. As soon as Geoff was on the table and he put his head through the thing, it was so fucking funny to look at. And then watching it as his hair was getting ripped out of his ass was just like, man, wow, we're like making something special.
Did we
great.
roar like lions?
There was, lions. I'm trying to think of the MGM lion. He goes, rawr, rawr, rawr. And you guys just kind of went, so it was less like a lion and more like short little screamy noises. I am surprised that no one shed a tear, especially Geoff with his balls getting waxed. I really thought that you were going to have to like shut your eyes tight and a tear would come out. I really, really, really thought it was going to happen.
Do you wish you could unsee most of today?
No. I feel like your dicks were both inside of you just due to pressure that there was nothing to see anyway, so it wasn't that big of a deal. You know what I mean?
Dude, doing the balls was a whole different experience. She just had my balls and dick in her hand
Oh, my God.
the whole time.
Did she really?
Oh my God.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, she had to get in there.
Yeah, like how else is she going to do that? That makes sense.
At one point, I was like, she's gripping my ball. Like, she's gripping both of my balls like a koozie. Like there's a Bud Light in it, you know?
Like a koozie.
So now that you two have gone through this process, would you do it again?
Nah.
Okay.
I can't. I mean, given the right circumstances, yeah, I would do it again. If you were going to give me $1 million, sure. I'd do it.
Okay. But for pleasure, like this was initially
For
pitched.
pleasure?
I mean, that was the original thing for this, was Gavin said he thought that this would be a relaxing good time, essentially.
He's a fucking lunatic. There was nothing
That's what it
pleasurable
looked
about
like.
it.
That's about what we could see kind of the whole time there, Andrew.
I think that's what I said.
Oh
like
my
Geoff was
God.
giving birth.
It did. Yes,
it
it
does look like Geoff
Yeah.
is giving birth. Butterfly.
You can tell I'm butterflying there.
Yeah, butterfly. You would never think a thing called the butterfly could be a cause of so much pain.
So were you just cock and balls in her hand right there?
Yeah, her left hand is my cock and balls, and her right hand is torture.
Well, I'll edit all that stuff and we'll have it up on YouTube pretty soon, I think. When can we put that out, Eric?
I mean, after the new year, Nick, this doesn't come out until like the end of the year. I think this is the last episode of 2023.
Yeah, this is Christmas week.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's
Sweet.
Christmas week.
So we can't put it out that week?
So we can't, actually, if you have it edited and done, I think we can 27th, 30. Well, we have the fruit throw coming out on the 30th.
Man, fuck the fruit throw. Put this
We
out
can push it a week.
You want to put them? Okay, we're moving the guys. If you wanted the fruit throw in 2023, too bad. We're getting into 2024. We will move the fruit throw back a week to the 6th, and we will move the waxing video up to the 30th. Let's do it.
I love it.
I'm
Maybe
in.
the fruit throw will be the first video to have our new intro on it.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, we definitely have a new intro.
I'm so excited to see them.
So many. Andrew, we have so many to choose from is really the thing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
God. Oh,
yeah.
that's so good.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Okay, I'm updating the calendar right now. I cannot believe that we're going to have the waxing video by then. That's exciting. I'm really excited
Holy
to see that.
shit.
Yeah, get me all the footage today and I'll get cracking on it over Christmas. Wow, Merry
Yeah, I
Christmas.
think-
Merry
Nick
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, guys. I think Nick shot a full behind the scenes doc, and there you go.
So good.
Yeah, I'm super impressed. I honestly, I'm really impressed with you guys today and what you did, because that is not. I wouldn't wish that on most anyone. And Gavin getting himself into it by saying, "I bet it feels good," is really something. But seeing it through was very impressive. So congratulations, kudos to you guys.
Oh, thank you, man.
Cheers.
I just wanted to be a good friend to Gavin. And help him on his
I
journey.
appreciate it.
I
Well, and Andrew gave himself one.
I
That's
did.
true too. That's true
Yeah.
too. Andrew, he ripped off the Band-Aid first, so to speak.
I sort of did. Yeah, in the sense of like, I like that we covered all areas. You got balls, I got mound, Gavin got anus. I mean, you got anus too. You double dipped, but all of the front and back fully covered at this point.
That's true.
Yeah, Gracie has a good point.
asking.
How was your recovery?
It's fine. Yeah, it's definitely the peak of the pain and the shock was in the moment of ripping, as well as like the hours leading into that recording that morning. I was dreading it. I was terrified. But
Has there been any regrowth or white pustules that are forming in the
white
area that you need to be aware of?
pustules, no. There's a regrowth, yes. White pustules, no.
I missed all the white pustule conversation.
I think it's just from my balls. Because how are you even going to see him, dude? You can't see your asshole.
That's true.
What are white pustules?
She just said that's a part. Sometimes it's just a part of healing, like your body.
okay.
She was just like, if you see anything weird on your balls, like little white pustules, just ignore them. They'll go away.
This bustling season, it is a bustling season. The December is the craziest month. I mean, this whole season is crazy, but there's so many things going on, and it can be so difficult to get nutritious, flavorful meals to you. But that's why Factor's here. Factor's America's #1 ready-to-eat meal delivery service, and they can help you eat well for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with chef-prepared, dietitian-approved, ready-to-eat meals delivered straight to your door. You'll save time and stay on track with healthy lifestyle choices, which is important, while tackling all your holiday to-dos, which is also very important. Cross meal prepping off your list this holiday season with Factor. Skip the meal planning, grocery shopping, chopping, prepping, and cleaning up, and get Factor's fresh, never frozen meals delivered to your door. They're ready in just 2 minutes, so all you have to do is heat and enjoy. Treat yourself to high-quality, delicious meals over the holidays. Choose from 35-plus chef-crafted meals every week that support a healthy lifestyle and meet your meal preferences, whether it's calorie smart, vegan and veggie, protein plus, and more wholesome options. Are you looking for calorie conscious options over the holidays that don't skimp on flavor? Because we love flavor. You never want to skimp on flavor. Try these delicious, dietitian approved calorie smart meals with around or less than 550 calories per serving. This December, get Factor and enjoy eating well without the hassle. Simply choose your meals and enjoy fresh, flavor-packed meals delivered to your door. Ready in just 2 minutes, no prep, no mess. Head to factormeals.com/face50 and use code FACE50 to get 50% off. That's code FACE50 at factormeals.com/face50 to get 50% off. This ad is brought to you by HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. Whether your resolution is to save money, eat better, or stress less, HelloFresh is here to help you do all three. Say hello to your most delicious year yet with fresh ingredients and chef-crafted recipes at a price you'll like, delivered right to your door. Each HelloFresh box is packed with farm-fresh ingredients, and everything arrives pre-portioned right to your doorstep for less hassle and less wasted food. Don't let recipe boredom strike, because HelloFresh has more options than ever before. Dig into their biggest menu yet with over 45 dinner options to choose from weekly and even more market add-on items that suit any lifestyle. I love HelloFresh so much. I know you're probably sick of hearing me say it, but I don't care. Getting the box is so cool. The recipes are amazing. The food always tastes so good. Regardless of your skill level, as far as comfortability cooking, I would recommend it to anyone because the recipes are delicious. And also, if you're just learning, it's so handy to have everything pre-portioned because cooking can be overwhelming, but not with the way HelloFresh does it. It's just fantastic. I absolutely love HelloFresh. So go to HelloFresh.com/facefree and use code FACEFREE for free breakfast for life, which is 1 breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life at HelloFresh.com/facefree with code FACEFREE. Whether we're talking Key and Peele or Abbott and Costello, the thing that I think makes them so unique is that as talented and amazing as they are as individual entities, their collaboration is what really elevated them to that top level that made them the memorable duos or acts that you remember today. And when it comes to business, there's no better duo than Shopify. Shopify is the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. From the launch your online shop stage to the first real life store stage, all the way to the did we just hit 1 million orders stage, Shopify's there to help you grow. Whether you're selling grown tubes or slop of clocks, Shopify helps you sell everywhere, from their all-in-one e-commerce platform to their in-person POS system. Wherever and whatever you're selling, Shopify's got you covered. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout, up to 36% better compared to other leading commerce platforms. And sell more with less effort thanks to Shopify Magic, your AI-powered all-star. The thing that I love about Shopify is no matter how big you want to grow, they give you everything you need to take control and take your business to the next level, which is something we all want. We all want to constantly grow and hit that next level, and Shopify is the perfect partner to get you to the places that you want to go. And Shopify powers 10% of all e-commerce in the US, and Shopify is the global force behind Allbirds, Rothy's, Brooklinen, and millions of other entrepreneurs of every size across 175 countries. Plus, Shopify's extensive help resources are there to support your success every step of the way. Because business that grow with Shopify. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/face. All lowercase. Go to shopify.com/face now to grow your business no matter what stage you're in. That's shopify.com/face.
We've had a productive week. Geoff and I were in New York. And
I forgot all about that.
Oh my God, dude. I forgot we went to New York.
Yeah, we went to New York for like a day and a half. And we got some, it was action packed. We got some smut written.
Dude. Oh my God, you guys did it.
Dude, Gavin and I wrote, I'll need to massage it a little bit, and fill it out here and there.
Yeah.
But Gavin and I, on Saturday morning, we woke up bright and early, and we went to a coffee shop in Brooklyn, and we sat down with my laptop, and we had the dumbest and funniest, and I got to say, Gav, probably the fastest hour and a half of work I've ever had in my entire life.
It felt like 12 minutes, but somehow like an hour and 10 minutes had passed. And we were very lucky that the coffee shop was empty, because if that was if there were customers all around us, we definitely would have been kicked out.
Yeah, we'd be in jail.
Just from the words and sentences coming from our table.
And it's like, so when he's fingering the alien's pussy, what do you want him to say? It's like that kind of stuff.
Oh, God.
It was. I found something out. I found something out that I didn't know, and that is that Gavin and I love working with Gavin. I've loved working with Gavin since I met him. I think we're great creative partners. I had no idea we were writing partners. I've never had this much fun writing in my life, and I love / hate to write with other people. It was so creatively fulfilling, and it was just like I just felt like it was building into something really special. I'm really excited about it. I think it's going to turn a lot of literary heads.
Yeah, the hardest part for me was just trying to keep the geography straight in my head of where everyone was, like who was inside who, whose fingers were up who, and I was like, okay, so they're probably in this position now. Where's all the? Yeah, it was immensely graphic.
Should we talk about New York a little bit? We didn't talk about it beforehand, I don't think, but Gavin and I just decided, Gavin and Meg and Emily and I, just to have a little like quick weekend in New York City together. But like to do New York at Christmas. We haven't done a vacation just the four of us together. Unfortunately, Meg couldn't go to the Key West thing. And so we kind of just making up for that. And so we flew into New York on Friday, and then we flew out first thing Sunday morning. And Gav said it was action-packed. It really was. It was so much fun. We went ice skating in Central Park together. We went and saw the Rockettes. Gavin, I didn't even ask, what did you think of the Rockettes?
It was cool.
I didn't think you'd like it at all.
I mean, it's not really my bag, but it was cool to see like 30 people doing the exact same thing at the same time.
Yeah,
it was impressive.
Cool. There was a part, is it Radio City Music Hall? I've never had a desire to see the Rockettes before. That's like something from the 1940s that I don't really give a shit about. There was one point, though, when they were doing all their dancing and stuff, and they turned the inside of the Radio City Music Hall into a snow globe. Like, they projected snow globe out. I don't know how to describe it, but they projected like a snow globe exterior around the roof and the walls, and then they dropped snow on everybody. It was a pretty cool experience. There was some fun stuff in there.
We were both in there once, for some reason, watching Ariana Grande perform, and I think they did the same snow globe thing in there for that performance too.
Did they really? I remember going to that, but I don't remember that happening.
I don't remember anything about that.
So it was a good New York trip overall. You guys had fun.
Well, I learned something about Geoff.
Oh no.
Geoff is secretly piss king. Like, forget about piss boy. Geoff is a huge piss guy. He was trying to play one of his farts from his voice memos. But accidentally kept playing files of just piss. Just like sounds of piss splashing into the toilet. He's like, oh, sorry, that's me pissing. And then he would flip to the next one and be like, oh, that's another piss one. Hold on. He's recording himself piss.
No. Here's what's going on there. I tried to get back into recording my farts a little while ago.
Yeah.
And so I've been doing a lot, you do a lot of farting on the toilet. And so anytime I would think I would have a fart, I would try to record it. And a lot of times they're just false. They're just like false flags. They're just false recordings. And so I would think, you were just looking at a lot of like failed attempts at catching a fart. It wasn't like I was recording myself pissing. I was pissing and trying to fart, and then the fart didn't happen, and it's like killed the recording.
You're still have like 10 files of just piss.
Yeah. Oh, it's not like I recorded myself pissing. Oh, sorry about these 10 piss files I have.
And those were just failed farts where I was trying to catch myself farting at the toilet and I missed.
So if you were going to release a B-side album that was just called False Flags, it would just be pissing. 10 tracks of piss.
I wouldn't release a B-side. I'd release a P-side.
Oh!
Andrew, how do you feel about being truly dethroned?
I've never wanted it in the first place. You could gladly take it. I would argue that your nephew is actually piss boy at this point. But
I don't even remember why I was trying to play a fart for you.
Was it? I don't know what you were doing. You were playing something.
No, it was a fart. I was trying to catch a fart. And ended up I just recorded a new fart and sent it to you.
I went... Meg was really learning a lot about Geoff on this trip because he ripped the biggest fart in the airport lounge into his phone and then sent it to me. and then I played it on my phone and Meg was like, "Why are you playing it? You just heard it in real life." then we got in the lift to get out of the lounge and go back downstairs to the plane, and Geoff accidentally hit like the fire alarm bell or something in the lift.
What?
He hit the emergency button and it just went and it started calling a number and he was just freaking out, like hitting all the buttons. And I was like, "Oh my God, are we gonna have to stay in here?" Because they can now, I assume there's like now an open mic into the lift and we're gonna have to talk to them. And instead of like trying to stop it or like turn it off, Geoff just ripped the biggest fart straight into the mic on the lift. He went proper animal mode, just turned into a complete farting freak. And then we walked out. Like, obviously, that's now someone else's problem. There's a family of like 5 people who had to get into a farty lift with the freaking fire department about to say hello to them.
Everything happened way too fast and I panicked. It was a panic fart. Let me ask you a question. Does Meg hate me now?
What did she say? I think she was just saying about how ridiculous it was.
Oh, yeah, well, it's been a ridiculous life. What can I say?
How do you accidentally hit the bell button in the lift?
Dude, I've never done that in my life. It was a trip of firsts. I've never... Actually, on that flight home was interesting, too. You were a little ahead of us. I don't know if you heard it, but the guy behind us, I've taken a million flights in my life, and I can't believe this has never happened to me before. But the guy behind us against the window fell asleep before the plane took off and started snoring. And the people sitting next to him were having a conversation about how annoying it was. And they're like, "Should we wake him up?" And she's like, "Wake him up." And the guy's like, "I'm not going to wake him up." And she's like, his wife was like, "Come on, it's annoying. Wake him up." And he's like, he tried to jostle him a little bit. And the guy's like, "What?" And then he just went back to sleep. He snored the entire flight. I had to put my headphones in just to take a break from hearing him snore. He snored loud enough that I forgot to ask if you heard it, but I can't imagine that everybody on the right side of the plane didn't hear this guy snoring. And I realized I don't think I've ever heard somebody snore on a plane like that.
That's the dream, though. I'd love to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's great.
He had the fastest flight of his life. The only time he was awake was like the 30 seconds that he like shrugged the guy off.
That's just straight up teleporting.
Yeah, it completely is. And he's annoying everybody in the process while doing so, which makes it even funnier. Everyone's miserable around him.
We also went to the place we did some real New York shit. We went to the place, Lexington Candy Company, that's supposed to have the best Diet Coke in the world.
Oh.
We saw it like a TikTok.
Yeah. Why?
Why is it the best, or why?
Yeah, like why do they think it's like obviously?
Just like people say, it's like some old timey soda stand, and the mixture is supposed to be really good or whatever. And like I keep seeing TikToks about it, and so we went, and apparently the word is out because we had to wait in line for. Everywhere we waited was for 40 minutes. Like everywhere we'd go there, every line we'd get into, Gavin would go. He'd look at it and he'd go, "It's about 40 minutes," and then it'd be 41, 39. He was dead right every time. So we waited almost exactly 40 minutes outside of a candy store to go in and eat our Diet Coke or drink our Diet Cokes and eat ice cream. And I gotta say, it was not the best Diet Coke I've ever had. Oh. It tasted a little flat, and it got better as time went on, but it wasn't as good as an average Diet Coke from McDonald's.
It looked a bit watery, and all the people of New York were very confused as to why we're in line for that.
Yeah, everybody kept going, "What are you guys waiting here for?" And we're like, "Diet Coke," and he's like, "Why?" Really, I don't
know. You raised Gracie up and then cut her down so fast with that whole thing. She was like, "Oh my God, this Diet Coke. Oh, I got to get this Diet Coke. I need to go. I'm going to New York. What's it called? And then you went, and it wasn't that good. And then immediately, oh.
I mean, the beauty of it is, Gracie, you've had the best Diet Coke in the world, and it's at every McDonald's you go to with a fat straw. Like, it really wasn't any better than that. Good ice cream, though. and it was fun to go in that place. That place had been around for like 150. Dude, we watched the owner just berate this poor lady. It was so uncomfortable because we'd been in line.
I was on
for
his side.
I was on his side at first, but he just wouldn't stop. She was just like, "Can I just come tomorrow morning and see if you're busy?" And he's like, "You're not understanding what I'm telling you. I'm busy all the time. You can come and I'll interview you. You can interview me if I'm not busy." And she's like, "Okay, so I'll come by tomorrow morning, and if you're not busy, I'll try to interview." And he goes, "Once again, I don't know if I'll be busy tomorrow." And she's like, "Got it. So you may or may not be busy tomorrow."
She also kept being like, we can just quickly do it now. He's like, look at this line. It's this massive line. And she's like, "Yeah, I understand that. But we can quickly do it." And she just kept talking him in circles. And I actually, by the end of it, was amazed at the fact that he kept entertaining it and didn't just walk away.
It was like the longest circular argument I've ever heard. And all the customers are just standing outside. It was awkward. And she's like, at some point, she's like, "Can I interview somebody else?" And he's like, you don't want to interview somebody else. I'm the grandson. My grandfather's the one that started the place. Nobody else knows the stories, lady. You need me. But I keep telling you, I'm busy. And she's like, okay. It was very uncomfortable. It was a very New York experience.
Ice skating was good too. I haven't ice skated in probably 25 years. So I was, I was just 50% having a good time, 50% trying not to eat shit, fall on my ass. Mm-hmm. And I didn't fall. I kicked the ice at one point and did like a 7-step recovery, but didn't go down. The closest I came to falling was when I was just going around and I just took one look at Geoff and I laughed so much that I almost just fell over because he had the craziest angle. This is him.
Oh my God.
Like on the ice. This was off the ice, but this is how his feet look. They were like, the skates were like 90 degrees from each other.
They're too goddamn big. I couldn't find skates that fit my skinny ass feet.
Each foot was pointed outwards at like 45 degrees. And just watching him go around the ice on basically 2 like pre-broken ankles, I almost pissed myself.
I fell in a new way that I've never fallen before on the ice. I've been ice skating a few times. It always goes about the same. I'm not made for ice skating. I fell back on my ass 15 minutes in. That's no big deal. But right before I quit, and the reason I had to stop skating for the rest of the night is I've never fallen forward before. But I started to fall back, and I tried to correct myself. And by correcting myself, I dug my front of the skates in too far, and it just shot me like out of a trebuchet forward, like a fucking. It feels like something out of Home Alone. I went flying, arms out like Superman, forward, and just slammed into the ice, and I felt it pull every muscle in my chest. And then I just laid there, and I realized laying face first on the ice with my hands out, I don't know how to get up from this position. And I was in so much pain, it took me a minute to figure out how to stand up. And then I went over to Emily, and she just brushed me for like 20 minutes. The entire front of my face and my body I looked like I just fell into snow. It was, and that ended my night. It knocked the wind out of me. I could barely breathe. I was trying to be cool, but I was like, "Oh, I'm good. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm just gonna go sit down for a minute." And then I was fucking done, dude. It hurt so bad.
Oh man, everything about this looks painful for you. Like the ankles, it's deeply disturbing to look at.
Yeah. We had a whole discussion about how your ankles would have held up on the ice, Andrew. Have you ever done ice skiing?
Awful. Yes, I have, and I've never been good at it because I don't have the ankle strength. Constantly falling over.
What else happened on that trip, Gav?
You were fooled by a projection of the skyline. That made me laugh.
Yeah.
There was an ice skating rink in Brooklyn where we were staying, and it was like right under the Brooklyn Bridge. So in order for people to still have a view, they just projected the skyline that the bridge was blocking onto the base of the bridge. So it just looked like you were looking out of the skyline. But we were having pizza, and Geoff was just like, "Wow, New York's so..." And then he realized that he was just staring at the bridge, and the actual skyline was just like 50 feet to the left.
Yeah. Still beautiful.
Because we were at an angle further away from the bridge where we could basically just see the skyline twice. And he kept looking at the fake one.
That's fantastic.
I gotta say, I feel like we should do like KFace group field trips or vacations because Gavin and I, it was so much fun just dicking around New York City for the weekend, and everything we did felt like content, you know?
That's great.
Every time we even just eating felt like content. It was, what else did we wait in line for? Oh, dude, before the ice skating, there was a line and Gavin was like, about 40 minutes. And then he was right. It was 40 minutes. And the reason there was a wait is I guess some lady got her hand skated over and I didn't see it. But Emily said they took her off with her hand all bandaged up and she looked rough. And then they had the Zamboni for a long time. Or what was it? Emily kept calling it Zambino?
The Zambino.
Zambino?
She had no idea she was saying it wrong the whole time. Oh, she's like, once the Zambino's done, we'll be able to finally get out there.
Oh, man.
So what have you been up to, Andrew, while we've been gallivanting with our anuses and traveling?
Ice skates. Assholes and ice skates.
Assholes and ice skates. I had my own issue recently where we're working on something in the background that requires us to send like photos and like different things from the past. Tony Merch has a whole list. I don't know if you've seen it, Gavin, of like what he wants for us to send.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, we're releasing a thing and we're submitting photos for it. You should look at it. It's in the merch Slack. But I've been going through. I wanted to try to get ahead of things, with the holidays and people being busy, and I'm gonna forget stuff. So I was going through, and it's things like the waffle bomb and like the drawings of the rooms that you guys did of my room in the past. It's all like stuff like that. And I'm feeling really good about the list. And then one of the things that he wanted was bird chirp, the bird chirp wave file, which was my fart because Geoff was trying to like, you're using a bird app, I believe, Geoff, that would tell you like what bird noises were what bird. And I did this whole thing where I was pretending that like it didn't work for me. And so I sent you the file. It was just a fart of mine. So I went into it and I pulled it up and I posted it with the other stuff. And I was like, that's great. Submitted it, all good. I then went into complete shock and fear to realize that I had not sent this directly to Tony, that I had posted my bird chirp to the entire merch Slack. Just the open Slack. And if anyone were to have clicked the link, it would just instantly play the fart, essentially. And so as soon as I realized what I did, it was a frantic scramble to try to delete it, and I couldn't find the delete button, and I was panicking, full panic. Took me like 45 seconds, and then I got rid of it. But then I was faced with a dilemma of, I know you guys didn't see it, and I wanted to talk about it here, but I don't know if anyone else clicked on the bird chirp in that time. But if I commented like, whoops, didn't mean to do that, I felt like I would tip my hand to you guys, which I didn't want to do. So I just pretended it never happened. And I don't know if anyone on the merch team ended up clicking the bird chirp.
How long would you say it was up?
Probably 45 seconds.
What time of day?
Like 3 p.m. Central.
They saw it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
You think?
Yeah.
I think statistically, probably at least one person. So
I mean, Tony probably. Tony definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Like at least
100%.
yeah.
Well, he's the one who wanted it, right?
that's true.
Yeah,
he
wanted
after it.
Yeah, that's right.
He did.
Yeah,
It was on the list.
He wanted it so bad.
It was on the list of things to send. I don't know why you're doing that tone.
Wanted.
He wanted it.
He wanted it. Do you think Natalie heard it?
I hope not, but it's possible. Everyone is up for possibly of having heard it. So that was my big fart drama of the time. We're selling wrapping paper with my dumb face on it. So I ordered some for myself because I thought it would be funny to like give one of my parents a Christmas gift with that paper. Got stolen from my front door. So somebody is going to open that just thinking like, oh, what's in this box? Like what Amazon type goodie have I found? And are going to be deeply disturbed to just see my stupid face stretched across paper.
Let it be known, if you live in Nanaimo or near Nanaimo and you receive a Christmas gift with a big mustached face on it as the wrapping paper, your loved one stole that wrapping paper from Andrew.
Oh my God, Eric just posted a photo of it.
That's from Mythical Gingervitis on the subreddit.
That's
why does
beautiful.
it looks green screen? Why is it so clean?
because it's upscaled. It's
You look like a Doctor Who alien.
Oh, that's awesome.
I do.
Oh, that's great.
We need to figure out what piece of content Gracie picked off of our Wheel of Years spin last show.
Oh,
We need to follow
thanks
up
for
on
staying
that.
on top of that.
Before we do, I have one last thing I want to say that made me so happy, and I'm hoping that this is a little Christmas gift for you guys, being as excited as I was about this. I was looking at our upcoming ads because it's, we got to submit a bunch of stuff in advance. And so I was just scrolling through to see what we had coming up in the new year. You will not believe that in January, we have a Cosmic Crisp ad for our podcast.
Yep. Cosmic Crisp has bought into face 100%.
It's insane.
It's real. It's real. It's true. Kent on our sales team has been talking with them and made it all happen. Cosmic Crisp is an official sponsor of face starting next year.
It's
Thank
crazy.
you. Thank you to Cosmic Crisp, obviously, but also seriously thank you to Kent. He made that happen. He went out and worked that deal unsolicited and was like, he's a fucking superstar. I love Kent.
Yeah, I reached out. I was like, I need to know, did they reach out or did you? And he was like, I reached out. And I said, you're a legend. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm
he
so
is.
happy that we have a Cosmic Crisp. I don't even know where they're going to direct. Most ads are like, go to our website. I don't know if they sell apples through their website. Like, I don't know.
Go to the store, check out apples.
They're just like, go to your grocery store, and if they don't have Cosmic Crisp, request PL 7935 or whatever.
It just made me happy. So I just wanted to make sure that got attention because I was like, what the fuck when I was scrolling through and looking.
So this is like a pre-ad.
This is a pre-ad, I guess, but like they're right. I love that they argue with people on Twitter about us.
It's great. It's great.
They're fantastic.
They're really awesome. I'm really excited to have them as a sponsor. I think it's just what a silly fit.
Also,
Who would have
hey,
thought?
it's a great fucking apple. Like at the end of
it's
the
so
day.
good. It's my primary apple. Genuinely.
Yeah.
It's the only
Honestly,
one I buy.
it's the only apple I buy at this point as well.
Primary
Insane.
apple.
Same with Nick. It is.
Yeah, we're getting on close to time, and I want to make sure we get to it. Gracie, do you have a Wheel of Years choice?
I do.
Oh, shit.
Whoa.
I figured you'd say,
do.
oops.
Yep.
Well, okay, if I'm being completely honest, I had totally forgotten until last night. Andrew slacked me and was like, I can't wait to see what you picked. And I was like, oh, fuck.
That was
Like, I
my
gotta pick
subtle.
that.
I assumed you would forget because why wouldn't you? Like that's such
It's
a
the
weird thing
face
to remember.
way.
So
Yeah.
I was trying to be like, hey,
I feel like Andrew and Gracie are slacking an awful lot.
Oh.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, well, she's a producer,
she's a
and
producer,
Andrew is
and we-
show running Let's Play. So yeah, I would hope so. That's kind of how it works.
All right. Just an observation.
If they didn't slack at all, I would be so worried. It would just not be good for me.
Who do you slack the most with, Gavin?
that's a great question.
I don't know.
TPG maybe.
Who have I got on here? I got Nick. Probably Nick quite a lot because he's always like, well, where's this file, idiot?
I caught you before you left.
Yeah, a little bit of Kent as well. Talking sales.
Yeah,
about it.
No TPG.
No, I never slack TPG.
You're missing out. I love TPG.
We're on
slacks.
text.
That's fair.
I would say I probably, similarly, I slack Eric by far the most, but behind him, it'd probably be Gracie and then Nick. I would think.
It's a good top three.
Yeah, it's ooh, man, I got a
You
fart.
okay?
I've never, it's my first
hold
post-waxing fart.
Quick, take a piss and record it.
Turn around.
Let me see. Well, let's see if it develops. It might not go anywhere. We'll see.
Okay.
Is this, real quick, is this the last podcast of the year?
Yeah,
Yes.
this is the last one of 2023.
Last to release, not the last we're recording. We're
Right.
going to record.
So I have to get the Monopoly money into Andrew's house before the end of this podcast?
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Geoff. Yes, whatever.
Yeah. Okay, I've done it.
Okay.
What?
What?
It's in.
He's already done it. It's in.
What do you mean?
Nailed it.
I don't know what that means.
You've got
what
the
do you
Monopoly
mean?
money.
Do I have to check my door?
Wait, where's the Monopoly money?
Yeah, where?
It's inside. It's inside already.
What?
Uh-oh.
What does
All right,
that
so what's
mean?
Gracie's picks?
Wait. How is it? Wait, where is it?
What does that mean?
Did you Trojan
You have
horse
it.
this
It's
shit?
in. Yeah, remember the cucumbers? They were just sat next to me the whole time? Just
I mean,
like
I
that.
do.
Oh, you Trojan horsed it. Okay.
Can I just say, by the way, this is the first I'm hearing of this. I know I participated in the cucumber thing. I had nothing to do with this. I'm just as confused as y'all.
That's fine.
It's
Job
mine?
done.
All right.
Job done.
Do you want to tell
I'm
them
trying to
where
figure
it
out
is,
what-
or
I'm looking in the thumbsticks he sent me, because that'd be a funny place to put them.
Oh.
is it in the Norm Show DVD?
Is it
Could
in
be-
the Norm Show DVD?
Could be anywhere.
It could be, but where is it?
But where?
Well, that's up to Andrew to discover. Isn't it?
Oh my god.
People were mad at me.
Oh my
Got
god.
mad at me for my thing. I can't look at. I used the Norm Show DVD to prop up my computer.
What?
That's what you're using, but the amazing double gift for?
I
The one that
pulled
he
it
paid
out.
way
My
too much
computer's
money
at a
for?
slant now. Well, it's the spare one. I bought my own.
Well, you should have kept yours sealed and just watched the spare one.
Oh yeah, well that's what I did. I did keep mine sealed.
Right.
There's a happy face sticker. Oh no, that's part of the pamphlet. That's it's not there.
Is it like between the jacket and the disc case?
Could be anywhere.
Keep saying it. You just keep saying it.
Yeah. Maybe he'll find it between episodes.
Oh wow. That's exciting.
Oh, I'm having fun.
Well, while you're looking, Gracie, do you want to tell us your Wheel of Years pick?
Sure. So, can I get a drum roll? This feels like it needs some kind of build up.
Can you hear this?
Yeah. Okay. I chose A Shot in the Dark.
The James Bond movie?
Oh.
Is it James Bond?
No, it's
no,
Pink
it's
Panther.
Peter.
It's part of the
Pink Panther.
I
Pink
think.
Panther movie.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It's a movie. It's a movie that was a completely standalone story, and then at the last minute they changed all the characters into like Clouseau and the Pink Panther diamond, and just named it a Pink
What?
Panther movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Was it the first Pink Panther movie or the?
No,
what-
I think it was the
what-
second one.
The second one. Is it the one that happens when they're on vacation?
No, I think it's the one that
this-
happens in the big house.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, I can't wait to watch it. That's awesome.
I'm excited. That's a
Yay.
good pick.
The hell yeah,
All right.
Gracie. Get
It's
to
like
watch a little
early-
Blake Edwards.
It's like early Clouseau before he became like a complete caricature of himself.
Okay, so we'll have to do. I mean, we'll be watching it. I guess we'll do that for some supplemental content. But now's
yeah,
the
we will.
time where Andrew reveals where the money was.
It's not in the Norm DVD.
What else have you sent him, Gavin?
He sent me the thumbsticks and the Norm DVDs.
Man.
Crazy.
I also forgot I was looking for money. I was looking in my head. I was looking for cucumbers.
You
You would have found that by now, I think.
I
All right.
can't wait to find what a weird. We're ending 2023 on such a weird note. with
Well, I was meant
the
to do it in
Monopoly
2022, but I just couldn't get it done.
I guess tune in next year to find out where Gavin hid the money.
Oh, like we're gonna know in the first episode. Get real. He's not gonna find it.
We'll see you
But-
next year.
Fruit throw will be pretty close.
A what?
Well, that's coming
Oh,
out next year, now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Thanks for listening to Face for all the times you did in the year of 2023. We really appreciate it. It was a hell of a year. We're going out the way we went in with smooth assholes. We'll see you next
What?
year.
Hey guys, Major League fan Jack here with a look at next week's episode of Face. What is the worst dessert dish? That dude has an enormous arm. Andrew really wants an award. Does that sound like a duck to you? more noises for the best of, and once again, Andrew does not eat the pencil. All that and more on next week's episode of Face.